Alright, hello everyone. This is going to be a guide on how to farm red items. There isn't really that many guides I've found, so I figured I'd make one now that I'm farming red items. So there's a few missions you want to do when farming red items. The ones that I find to have the most success with are Righteous Stand, Screaming Bell, and Hail Scourge. Any of these ones are really good. Honestly, any map is viable so long as you can complete it. But I find Screaming Bell to be one of the quickest ones, as well as providing loot die, guaranteed loot die. Difficulty is going to be Legend. You can do Champion, although I'm pretty sure the drop rates are a lot less. So, into what we're going to be running. We're going to be running a private match, which means we're going to have bots. The three bots I'm going to be using are Mercenary, Ironbreaker, and Sister of Thorn. If you don't have Sister of Thorn, run Unchained, and we'll get into the builds for Unchained here in a sec. So the Mercenary bot build is going to look like this. You want the Sword and Shield, specifically for just blocking. The bot will block a lot, and it's really good. Another thing you really want is Curse Resistance. Curse Resistance is really important, especially for Grimoires and things like that. You can choose which of these three you want, but you want to make sure you have Strike Together. But as for the level 30 level talent, I usually run On Your Feet Mates, but you can also run Ready for Action. I'm actually going to run this instead because I rarely find, now that I'm thinking about it, the bot ever comes in clutch with this. So yeah, that's the bot build for Kruber, Mercenary. The next one you want is Ironbreaker, Axe and Shield, or Hammer and Shield. Doesn't really matter so long as it's a shield. You can also run dual hammers. They have a decent amount of stamina. The crossbow is a really good one because you can just like aim lock onto specials and things against curse resistance. You want to run this build. You can use Oi Wazak also to force monsters to target him, which is actually a really good talent for this. I'm going to run it on the spot just to show you guys if a monster spawns, if he uses his ults, how it aggroes. Sister of Thorn, you want to be using Deepwood Staff. Doesn't really matter what staff Deepwood you have, but the reason why is she can lift up specials very easily, very good. Curse resistance, talents. You can either use this one, but I find the bot seems to really screw up with the placement of them, the walls. So actually Black Venom Thicket is just better for bots. It used to be really broken, but it's no longer that way. If you're going to run Unchained, you want this build. In all honesty, you could change out for whatever staff. But for the talents, you want Balm. It's really good. It's basically just another Kruber ult. So for the character that you want to play, I find Zealot to be really good, just because he has a lot of damage reduction with this build, and naturally Zealot just has a lot of damage potential. So the Flangent Zeal, this one is just really good altogether. But yeah, let's get into it. If you don't have the billhook, use the flail or the rapier. Rapier's really good. Flail's amazing on Zealot, just because it just does so much damage. But I personally just love the billhook, so I'm going to be using the billhook. So there's a few strategies you want to do when playing with bots. You want to, generally speaking, play very close to your bots and kind of babysit them. You're pretty much only going to be giving grimoires to Barden exclusively, just because Barden doesn't really die that much, and it's just really nice. But yeah, you want to be babysitting your bots as much as possible, especially when there's hordes and things like that. And generally speaking, you kind of want to take things a little bit slower with bots if you're trying to collect grimoires and tomes all on your own. I was hoping you'd hit me more. But yeah, the reason why Zealot is so good here is, again, the damage reduction is just insane. Like, if I was anyone in that situation there, I'm pretty sure I'd just die. So, damage reduction is insane. The damage is insane. Honestly, a really good class for this. Also, the attack speed is kind of really fast. Oh, almost got one shot there. Right? Again, Sister of Thorn is really good at sniping elites, or at least lifting them up. So immobilizing elites and specials and things like that. She really does excel at that type of stuff. So she's really good to have. But again, Unchained is also a really good option. You can use the Fire Sword on Unchained if you don't have the flail. I forgot to mention that. But the flail is just really strong. For bots, even. Sneaky boy Ratto. Assassins always make me paranoid, I swear. They're either like parkour gods or the dumbest AI to ever exist. Okay then. So again, when hordes commence, you kinda wanna really babysit your bots. You want special sniping is your responsibility, so try and do that as best as you can. And again, I mean, the damage reduction on this build is really good, so you can take a hit. Granted, you don't want to, but for people who are just looking to casually chill out and grind the game alone, this is probably the best build for it. But play whatever you want, in all honesty. Every build is viable, provided that you're just good at the game. I just find Zealot to be the most consistent. For anyone wondering why my crosshairs are indicating certain things, it's a certain mod that's actually available to use in the standard realm, so it's really nice. I like this mod a lot. Ouch. I usually give healing items to my Kuber or anyone who needs them, honestly. The only thing is healing bags, medic packs, I don't know what they're necessarily called. I'll usually pick them up and use them on a bot, because if you're playing as Zealot, most of the time the bots will actually heal you, and it's kind of annoying in that aspect. Because again, Zealot, you want to be low HP for that crazy damage reduction and the crazy damage increase. Ouch. And this takes things a little slower than usual. A lot of people like to speedrun them. You don't have to speedrun this level, but you can if there's nothing going on. The only reason why I say not to speedrun is because the bots are really dumb. And they will die, so. And with grimoires, you do not want them to die. Don't be afraid to spam your ult with this build. Your ult is very spammable, so you can use it quite a lot. So again, your special sniping responsibility, and I'm just bad at aiming, I guess. Just really babysit your bots. Make sure they're not getting overwhelmed, because they usually tend to lack in DPS a lot. So nothing really dies quickly with your bots, especially when they all have shields and stuff like that. And Chunky Boy. Here is Fireboy somewhere. Where's the leech? There it is. So you have to make sure your bots grab the grimoires. Sometimes they'll say they're on the way, but then they never actually grab the thing. And I've had that happen before. It's just really annoying. Ah, my neck. It needs to pop. With monsters, you can usually let the bots grab Abigail on it, provided that you have low enough HP to do really good DPS. Sometimes you just gotta do the thing. Uh-oh. That assassin's gonna be a problem. One problem I seem to find a lot with the Barden bot is sometimes he'll stand over your corpse and block instead of actually reviving people. And it's really annoying. If you see healing items and your bots need health, make sure they grab them. And there's big hordes like this, just spam your ult. You get it back so quickly. And someone got a damn medic bag, and he's probably going to heal me, which is unfortunate. But okay. Remember, you're pretty much solely responsible for special sniping. Bots are just not reliable at all. When there's patrols like this, I usually just aggro the patrols because honestly I just don't like dealing with having to ignore them. You can definitely... I don't know where he is. That might be a problem. Whatever, I'm gonna make him... Aw, I missed the jump. And I just love the bill hook because it just gives you so much control over elites and things like that. I can hear him. There we go. Damn it. I really wish he didn't do that. So I'm going to give this to Carillion, which will make her drop the medic bag. And now I'm going to pick this up and use it on my Kruber. Unfortunately, he's not... So, oh, he just did.
I shall tend your wound, Kruber.
They're basically your little babies. They're your little goobers, if you will. I might be able to just snag them. I usually find this method to be fairly successful. Ironically, it's actually a lot more successful with bots than it is with quick players. Especially on Screaming though, I don't know what it is about this map, but people seem to like really struggle, especially with the end phase, because they all seem to split up when you're playing with real people. Whereas your bots will stick next to you, which is what you should do. But it's never the case with people. I'll just wait here for the horde. This method is really chill, to be honest. If you're fairly familiar with, you know, the mechanics of combat and shit like that, this method is really chill. I keep forgetting to spam mile as much as I should be. Because I don't play Zealot that often, I just do it when I'm farming. You don't have to also play Zealot, you can also play Battle. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. You could also play Battle Wizard, because Battle Wizard is just that OP. But you want to make sure you have the damage reduction talent on Battle Wizard because it's just more consistent. Which is what you're aiming for when you're farming. Because if you do all this work for nothing, it never mattered. Yeah, so try to focus on special sniping. Thankfully my Carillion clutched up there. Yep. Ah, whatever. Okay. You want to make sure you're playing somewhat near your bots. Usually the bots are pretty good with sticking together, which is really nice. Sometimes they're a little goofy. So you don't want to break the bell when there's a horde spawning. Because it's kind of hard to deal with the rat ogre and the horde. Oh god. I keep messing up here because I'm stupid. I really wish the Kruber would use the healing item. I'm gonna wait until this horde is over, then in between rounds I'm going to break the bell. Remember, you're not in a big rush. Unfortunately our Kruber got. That's totally okay. Alright, now I'm gonna break the bell because it's just Skaven slaves. So there's a funny little cheese on this map that you can do, provided that you either have an ultimate that boops bosses or a bomb. You basically want to wait here, wait for him to spawn. When he jumps up, you throw this right there, and it will boop him back, and it instantly deletes him from the game. I don't know why, but it just does. And it's really easy to kill the boss like that. I should have got the ammo. Ugh. Okay, well luckily I got him. I don't know if I should try to hit that. I'm trying to get my stacks back, but I don't know if that's a good idea considering at the very end. I don't want to die. How did you go down? Little goofy goobers. Usually the Barden will just play a shield bot role, where he just kind of stands there with his shield. And it's really useful, actually, because it just ensures that he's going to be drawing aggro and not taking damage, which is always nice.
Same cause. Yes, of course. We are so alike.
So perish all heretics, mighty and frail alike.
You don't want to rush this area either, because your bots will fall behind and will die. You just kind of want to chill out with everything. Put on some music and just farm. And that's how you farm red items. So the rewards on this mission can vary. It's almost always a guaranteed generals, which is nice. But it's all dependent on Renault's, whether or not you get a Emperor's chest. So again, it's all up to Renault's. Sometimes you can get up to 3 or 4 loot die. I've had a lot of missions where you get just that much. But yeah, that's how you farm generals to Emperor's chests. If you want to run Sienna, Battle Wizard, you can use 2 builds. There's a trinket, curse resistance, but the 2 builds, mainly you want to keep the fire sword. It's going to be up to the bolt staff or the corsation staff. If you don't have the corsation staff, just use the flag staff. For the bolt staff builds, you want to use volcanic force, and for the flag builds, or corsation build, and the just the corsation builds, you want to use famished flames. So yeah, hope you guys find this useful.